welcome back as Shannon Babb in the number 18 continues the lead. The number 20 of Jimmy Owens here at the dirt track at Lowe's Motor Speedway, the World Finals for the World of Outlaws Late Model Series. Owens has been able to get close a couple of times, Roger, but just hasn't been able to make it pay.
No, he's been able to nose out, but here he goes again. Babb running two different lines at either end. Right up at the top right now, but he was running down in about the second groove off the bottom in 3 and 4.
Owens once again, this is the closest he's been in turn number 3 and 4, pulls alongside. Now he puts a half a car length in front. Owens will lead lap number 34. But Shannon Babb not intimidated. He'll come back on the top side. But Owens rockets down on the bottom side and keeps the advantage.
You know, and this is slick track racing at its best. It's just inch after inch after inch.
Owens now 2 full car lengths ahead of your second place car. Shannon Babb, Tim McCready still running back there in third. Clint Smith a sensational run in fourth, while Daryl Lanigan rounds out the top 5. Josh Richards, point leader, currently riding in 8th, and Steve Francis has faded back to position number 13. And there you see Kid Rocket in the number 1. There's still plenty of laps left as he has the number one car in position number 8, while Steve Francis has fallen back to position number 13.
But Josh doesn't know that. He doesn't know where Francis is on the racetrack. There are no radios in this car. They have a radio that they can listen to the race director and they receive instructions from the tower. But they don't have spotters. They don't have crew chiefs in their ear telling them where everybody is.
This is drive by the seat of your pants, giddy up and go style with the World of Outlaws Late Model Series. And Josh Richards, he doesn't know. He may think that Steve Francis was right on his bumper and he's driving the drive of his life.
Yep, he could hear the roar of the engine and just assume that that's Francis right behind him.
Jimmy Owens, your race leader in traffic now, looking to get around the Blankenship number 23 and the Brad Mead number 41. And heavy traffic as they're 3 wide in front of him with Brent Robinson and the number 19 of Tim Fuller.
That is really faded away.
Owens with a sensational handling car. Mike Reese, the car owner. Chris Fox is the crew chief on this ride, and he's got to be smiling from ear to ear watching his driver get around the dirt track at Lowe's. As he comes across to the line this time, we will have 10 laps remaining as we see caution on the speedway. Yellow lights coming on. This will slow the pace that Jimmy Owens has established.
And this will be interesting because all the lap cars that are out there will go to the tail. So all the leaders are going to be up there racing together.
Tommy Curran, that number 4T machine, was in the mix of that battle with the leaders as he is 1 lap down. Tommy Kerr looks like he is going to go pit side, so this will give us an opportunity to stand up and stretch as Jimmy Owens, your race leader, with 10 laps remaining as we ride around with Tim Fuller. Come on back and catch more of the World of Outlaws. Welcome back to the dirt track of Lowe's Motor Speedway, the World of Outlaws World Finals. Taking a look at the top 5, Jimmy Owens, Shannon Babb, Tim McCready, Clint Smith, and Daryl Lanigan. Sarah Jane Hunt is down in the pits, and I'm sure she is standing by with someone who is maybe a little bit nervous.
Little bit nervous, I think, is an understatement. Mark Richards, you got a lot on the line right now. I saw you over at the fence trying to give signals to Josh. What were you trying to tell him?
Just tell him keep doing what he's doing. He's in a good position right now, and he's where he needs to be. All he needs to do is ride these next 10 laps out.
At this point, do you put on the businessman's hat or the father hat?
Both. So, you know, it's hard to juggle. It's both. I got both hats on today.
Are you happy where he's at, just running, trying to stay safe right now, or do you think he could push it a little bit more?
It's tough to pass, so, you know, I mean, he's probably capable of getting maybe 1 or 2 more spots, but we got 10 laps. That's probably going to be about it.
Have you been prouder than you are right now?
No. It's pretty good.
That about sums it up right there. Mark Richards, he's nervous, but you know what? He's just happy. I can tell, just happy to be where they're at right now.
If he's nervous, he's not showing it.
Nope, not at all.
No means, way, shape, or form. Josh Richards looking to wrap up the championship tonight, currently riding in 8th.
But that's how Mark is. He's always plays it cool. Now, when he wants something out of a track promoter or something like that, he'll grind you and grind you and grind you.
Is that from experience?
Oh yeah, I've saved some emails over the years.
Mark Richards, a proud dad right now.
We're getting ready for this restart. Now that we're after halfway, this World of Outlaw late model rules that it's now a single file restart. But it's all the leaders up to the front, the lap cars to the back, so we do have everybody that's running for position together. Makes it even better for the race fans.
Ready to see the green lights come back on. Jimmy Owens, Shannon Babb, Tim McCready, Clint Smith, Darrell Lanigan, your top 5. Rick Eckert is 6th, Earl Pearson Jr. 7th, Josh Richards 8th, Dale McDowell 9th, Scott Bloomquist completes the top 10. Well, let's see if Babb's got anything for Owens as they make their way into turn number 1 and 2, and don't count McCready out of this one yet.
No, not at all. It's still anybody's game. That 20 car is going to be tough, but look, here we go. We're catching right up.
Bringing him off of the turn. Owens with the advantage. McCready taking a look to the inside of Shannon Babb. Babb is not deviated from the top side of the speedway. McCready tiptoes on the bottom as they battle for the runner-up spot. Ever so close to those tires on the inside to keep him out of the infield. Tim McCready almost got into it looking for all the moisture he can find down on the bottom.
You know, I might get in trouble because I'm not looking at the screen, but there's a car coming at 25.
Working it off of corner number 4. Race leaders into turn number 1. Josh Richards in the number 1 car around the 24 of Rick Eckert. That is for position number 7. And making his way, like you said, is that number 25 of Fager as the battle for second rages on. McCready one more time throwing everything he's got at Babb.
And Babb's adjusted his line. He went down into the middle that time, but McCready is going.
T-Mac pulls even terms. Into turn number 3, McCready on the bottom, Babb on the top shelf. Give McCready position number 2 with 5 laps remaining. Now, does he have enough time and real estate to run down the number 20 of Jimmy Owens?
So he's got the position clean now. The 18 car wasn't able to keep up the momentum to get back around, so 39 can get back and run the line he wants.
You just saw the advantage that Owens has established. It is almost 3.5 seconds right now over McCready as Lanigan now goes to work on the Shannon Babb number 18. That is for position number 3. And riding back there in position number 5, Earl Pearson Jr., the Hurricane out of Jacksonville, Florida.
Really starting to slice and dice back in the pack. A lot more than we thought they were going to.
Babb in the middle, Lanigan on the bottom, and the 44. Oh, Pearson drives around them both on the top side.
And Earl Pearson Jr. won the $50,000 to win Colossal here in March, and that race was run on a racetrack very similar to this. It was run in the day.
He's probably wishing for another 50 laps right now. Is your race leader, Jimmy Owens, brings him into turn number 3 and 4. Heavy traffic right now as the white flag is out. One more time around for Jimmy Owens. Owens out of Newport, Tennessee, a racer and fabricator by trade. Chris Fox's crew chief cheering him on as Jimmy Owens will win the World of Outlaws Late Models World Finals. Second will be Tim McCready. Pearson will cross in 3rd. Lanigan is 4th. Babb is 5th. 6th will be Clint Smith, and with his 7th place finish, Josh Richards is the 2009 World of Outlaws Late Model Series champion, keeping a streak of 6 different champions since the modern era began again in 2004.
21 years old, a talented young man, and he won this race last year, and when we did that, we just thought, you know, man, we sure don't want to lose this guy out of dirt.
Steve Francis coming across the line in 12th. We will hear from our winner and our champion coming up. Stay tuned. The World of Outlaws World Finals here on Speed.